Grew up in somewhat a big family. Being the only boy, I was pretty much the leader. I would say I was about 13 or 15. My mom lost custody of my sisters. We were separated. And that's when the ceiling started to fall in. I chose the street life. I did majority of that time with no connection to the outside. The transition from incarceration to probation, it was pretty much anxious. I was ready to hit the ground running in the right direction. But I ran into a lot of roadblocks due to limited opportunities. While on probation, my employment pretty much centered around natural gifts and talents that I already had. Being the oldest of two siblings, learning how to cook was one of the main things that I knew as far as holding down the household. So I looked into jobs that centered around my talent. It's been more so the anxiety through the process, not wanting to fall back to any type of discrepancy, because I could just get pulled by the police and it could be an issue and I'm right back in jail. I'd get up, get knocked back down, and I just kept going. It was like, I know I can do better than what I already done. The most challenging parts of probation is being looked at as if I'm still the same old criminal. I felt that I wasn't being taken serious in the positive things that I wanted to accomplish in my own life, outside of, the guidelines of my probation. I got 15 college credits. I also had went back to college at Tidewater Community College for business management, business administration. I finished 2 programs. I believe one was anger management, and I think the other was thinking for a change. If they actually gave us the opportunities to apply our strong suits, work with us at where our strengths are instead of our weaknesses, more people would be more successful with completing their probation terms. I believe the new probation incentives would help not only re-entering convicts, but it would also help the system of probation officers due to the fact of the change of hands that I've experienced, from my case going from probation officer to probation officer, no matter which city I was in. I believe it would help diminish some of that workload on the probation officer side. These incentives should be granted to re-entering, citizens into society. It actually started with a bill that Meek Mills helped pass. It was like once I looked into that and actually seen reform, movement with that, it was like I was kind of locked in then. Without reform, man, I'm not going to say we would be doomed, but we'd probably still be scratching and scraping for, a better way of making a way through probation. Being on probation with my 1-year-old son, Hassan, it's been somewhat limiting due to the fact that I have lots of family out of state. And that's one of the things I wanted to do was travel, so he can meet some of his siblings, his aunties. Hopefully, upon the close of this 10 years, we do get to travel. More so than anything, I plan to build an empire for this son of mine. I focus on him now and not just myself.